Justin Trudeau, or Justin Pierre James Trudeau, his first name is often anglicized to Justin, was born on Christmas Day, December the 25th, 1971, and is the current and 23rd Canadian Prime Minister, having served since November 2015. He's the second youngest Canadian Prime Minister after Joe Clark, and also the first to be related to a previous holder of the post as the eldest son of late Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau. Born in Ottawa, he attended Collège Jean de Brébeuf and graduated from McGill University in 1994 and the University of British Columbia in 1998. After graduating, he worked as an English and drama teacher in Vancouver, British Columbia. He then completed a one year of an engineering program at Montreal's École Polytechnique from 2002 to 2003, and 1 year of a master's program in environmental geography at McGill University from 2004 to 2005. He advocated for various causes and portrayed a cousin in the 2007 TV miniseries The Great War. In 2008, he was elected to the Canadian House of Commons in the riding or electoral district of Papineau. In 2009, he was appointed the Liberal Party's critic for youth and multiculturalism. In 2010, the critic for citizenship and immigration. In 2011, he was appointed as critic of secondary education and youth and amateur sport. In April 2013, he was elected leader of the Canadian Liberal Party, and in the October 2015 federal election, he moved the third-placed Liberals to 184 seats out of 338. The largest ever numerical increase by a party in a Canadian general election. They had held 36 seats at the dissolution of the previous parliament. He's a social liberal. He favors abortion and homosexual marriages and women's rights. He has indeed declared himself as a feminist. The Liberal Party promised during its 2015 federal election campaign to run a deficit of around 10 billion Canadian dollars per year, but that promise has been broken. Also, the promise of balancing, if that promise was made. In the current fiscal year, the deficit will be at least $18 billion, and it's projected to rise to $30 billion in the following one. His government is establishing an infrastructure bank to fund projects. He basically has declared that the pro-life Liberal candidates are not welcome in the party's election campaigns. His government has also moved to legalize the recreational use of marijuana, which then became law on October the 17th, 2018. He has expressed opposition towards the proposed Quebec Charter of Values, the controversial charter there and elsewhere that, among other things, prohibited public sector employers from wearing or displaying conspicuous religious symbols, justifying that it would make the people of Quebec choose between their freedom of religion and freedom of expression. Officially, he has advocated a non-partisan or party non-partisan Senate. In January 2014, announced a step that began reducing Senate partisanship by removing Liberal senators from the Liberal caucus. He has expressed concern for the status of Indigenous Canadians, for example, homicides and suicides among them. The number of migrants is expected to rise to 330,000 in 2019 and then to 340,000 in 2020. He supposedly favored electoral reform, but that was abandoned by February 2017. He thinks that Canada needs to study the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement before Canada makes a final decision on ratification. In June 2016, he refused to recognize ISIS's atrocities as genocide. He raised the issue of Xinjiang re-education camps and human rights abuses against the Uyghur Muslim minority in his bilateral meeting with Chinese Premier Li Keqiang in October 2018. In December 2018, he said that his government was aware of the intended arrest of Huawei's deputy chair and CFO Ms. Meng Wanzhou in Vancouver, but had no involvement in the process. His wife, Sophie Grégoire, was first met by him as a child. They reconnected as adults in June 2003. They became engaged in October 2004 and married in May 2005. They have 3 children.